Hello, everybody. Welcome to the first ever episode of the podcast. So, guys,
It's not actually true. There's an episode before this. Just a
don't
recording.
don't
We screwed up the first one.
Don't tell them about the
I wasn't
first
there.
recording.
Oh,
There was an hour-long first recording that I didn't record the audio for. So, anyway,
I wasn't
canon.
there, so you guys messed up. So I'm sorry.
Okay,
I'll be your
fine.
guest for this episode.
yeah. So now we
This
have
is Humdog.
yeah.
Hello.
Humdog.
Introduce yourself.
Humdog. I'm Humdog, aka Stir, aka SNES, aka SNES Superstar, aka Gumball Aaron 105, aka MLG Kitty.
All right,
aka
we got it. Anyway,
Winky Face Heart underscore Stir.
Anything else?
How many titles do you have?
AKA Lonk, AKA actually that's it.
That's it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You are the owner of the Gangster server, or is that not true?
No. There's a fly in my room,
Okay.
and this fly is really annoying me.
Yeah, flies do that.
Now, that's not like my server. My server is entirely community-made funny. We as a collective brain cell make the funniest shit ever, for some reason.
That's true. That's true. Me
That
and
is-
Greg are there, so it's obviously true. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I have a question for you, Humdog. All right, or actually for all of us, I guess. We just started recording just now, and we have no clue what our podcast name is supposed to be.
Hmm.
So we need to figure out a name for our podcast.
Yeah.
So, let's think. Alright, let's brainstorm. So, it is... What could we possibly name it? What's something that's not taken?
I say... Hold on, my dishes are ready, hold on.
Your dish... Okay. Well,
I'm kidding.
what about something like... Me and Grug, we're epic gamers, and so are you, Humdog. So what if we named it something like... The Epic Gamer Podcast?
That would be the worst, actually.
Well, okay. We have to
How about
find... Okay, yeah. What?
We can name ourselves the 106 podcast.
why,
Because that's the name. It's the combined number of all of our ages times 5.
Times 5.
Yes.
You still have your math wrong. you still have your math wrong.
Who's? No wait. Is it like? Are all our ages like up together, or like is it just like each number is an individual age?
I don't know.
No one has any idea.
Which one of us is 1 year old? Which one of us is 0? Which one of us is 6?
No one has any idea.
The
What
106
you're trying to
podcast.
say.
Come on.
The one.
It's perfect.
Okay.
It symbolizes us together as a whole.
In
a
what
collective.
way? In what way does the number 106 symbolize us?
106 people on my server. No.
Is that?
That's not true either. That's not true.
I
And
think it's up to
it
date.
also changes.
I think it's up to date right now.
How do you check how many people on the server? How do you even do that?
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
It
100,
doesn't-
119 members on the server.
You gotta be
So-
kidding me. Fuck.
That's okay. All right. What if we're like, all right, what if we act like we're from the future? The Kirklandian podcast.
Kirklandian State Podcast. This is the official Kirkland podcast.
This is terrible.
That
'cause-
every Kirkland citizen must have playing in their bedroom 24/7.
How about we become the
Redacted.
podcast?
What?
Redacted.
Is that like a JoJo reference? What is that?
It's not. It's not.
A
It
gym.
is not. I just made it up.
Thank
You
God.
just made it up. Okay, great. Thanks.
In fact, don't use that because that's gonna be an actual band name I'm gonna use.
Okay, okay. I like how we're talking about Kirkland and stuff, and no one's gonna understand that if they're not from the gangster server.
What if we, because you would think like the Cheese Rebels would have like a podcast that would be like illegal in Kirkland.
It's like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, like you had the
Exactly like that.
yeah, exactly like the Joe
It's
Rogan
like the Daily
podcast.
Wire.
A band in Kirkland.
Yeah.
Deserves to be.
What if we named it something like
The Cheesest Freedom Podcast.
what about the Stinky Cheese Podcast? The Stinkers. What if we name it the Stinkers because cheese is smelly and Grug is a caveman and cavemen are smelly?
Oh yeah.
That-
Hmm?
The
Then what
Stinkers.
am I, huh?
The
Then what am I, cheese, huh?
the
Then what am I? Tell me.
What are you?
Yeah, what am
What
I?
are you?
Oh, I just realized. Are you a guest or are you a full-time member? What's going on? We really don't have anything together. we have just started
I have
recording.
brain
We don't have anything going at all.
I don't think we're ever gonna come to the conclusion what this podcast is gonna be called.
Oh yeah, every
Yeah.
time it's like
Redacted.
blur it because I don't want people to
Okay,
use it.
okay. How about we
Okay.
have a running joke in the podcast. Where
Every
we don't have a
episode-
name for it.
every
And
episode is a
single episode, we
different-
ask our guests.
It's a new,
Name the
it's a new name.
It's a new name.
Each guest names the fucking podcast.
That sounds great. That sounds like
That
a
is-
great idea.
That is
No,
the
name
best.
So it's the 106 podcast.
106.
It's-
No.
oh yeah, 106 podcast, PogChamp. All right. Well, we've concluded it. It's the 106.
It's all
podcast.
it's all our ages individually.
Yeah, except it's also just not. But
Me and Cheese. I'm 4. Cheese is 10, and Greg is 6. This is perfect.
I'm 6.
You're oldest.
Cheese has no age
that's true.
because
No.
Aaron's 10, I'm 6, and Cheese is just redacted.
No wait,
I'm
no.
redacted.
How about this? I'm 4. Cheese is 6. Plus that, it's 10, and then Gregor's 6. 106 podcast.
There you
That
go.
all makes sense. That's the lore.
It all
Wait a
makes sense.
Write it
second.
down in your book.
Wait a second.
You need
What
a
are
history
what are
lesson
your
later.
guys' height? Okay, tell me your guys' height. Okay, and then we're gonna round up or down.
I don't even know.
All right.
We never had a height. We had a penis principle. We didn't have a height principle.
I am 5'10", so then that would make me round up to 6. So I would be the 6. And then if you guys are both 5, but I doubt that you guys are probably also rounding up to 6. That doesn't work.
We're rounding up to 6 at this point.
It's the 666 podcast.
No, it's a 106 podcast.
Okay.
106. The guest gets to name it each thing. We've already decided this.
We've got to figure out a reason why it's the 106 podcast. That what is?
No, there's no reason. There.
Okay, there's no reason. We've decided there's no reason. That's the reason it's 106 is because there's no reason. Great.
There is no reason.
There
I
is
just
no-
really want
There
to
is
get that.
absolutely no reason. It's not the SCP. It's not our names. It's not.
What is the
It's not.
106
It's just not.
SCP?
It's the
It's
old man.
the guy who goes through all the walls.
Oh.
And shit.
Yeah, it's the old man who
The-
rots and shits everywhere on the floor.
Old,
In his
the
own
old
dimension.
man that.
Imagine that, dude. Imagine having your own dimension to shit in.
My shit is really corrosive, anyways.
Yeah.
What's
It's
our next
incredible.
topic?
You already want to go into the next topic? All right, we can go on to the next topic. I have a mix
They got
of
the
just
name down.
really just horrible ones, and then like actual like scientific ones that sound interesting. So.
Oh yeah, you wrote a lot of shit about tampons, didn't you?
I did.
What?
We can get into that. So I've been
I'm
thinking.
interested.
I've never really thought about how tampons work. It's sort of like how it's just like some plastic thing that they shove in their butt.
It's not.
Okay. First of all, it's not a plastic thing. They don't shove it in their butt. It's like a fucking.
It's
like,
a
it's like,
metal
it's a-
rod that you shove in your penis.
No, shut up! Don't talk about that. Don't talk
Don't
about that.
talk about
That's
that.
so disturbing. Oh my god, that's so.
That's the tampon.
That's not a
No,
tampon. Isn't that like?
and a
Isn't
tampon
that like?
is like it's like a cloth thing that women just like put in the area, but they don't.
That's
stick
not
it
true.
in.
No,
It's
that's
just
a
lining.
that's a pad. The
What the
tampon
fuck
is
is a tampon?
the tampon
None of
is-
us know what we're fucking talking about.
Okay.
We're talking about this.
the tampon.
I'm gonna have to search this up now.
Don't
Oh my
search
God.
up what a tampon is, please.
Okay, no.
Okay, let me explain.
Oh,
let me explain.
okay.
Let me explain. Okay.
I understand.
They
it now.
have like that little string that comes off, and then like, how does it like collect blood?
It's a cloth. It's like a towel.
And what I thought that it was like
It
it
soaks
looks.
up the blood. That's what it does.
It looks
soaks
like
up the blood.
Okay, I don't actually remember what a tampon looks like. Let me look this up as well.
It's a white little tube they shove up
It's not
your...
plastic
Oh.
at all.
It's not plastic at all. Oh my god, it's.
Yeah, you think it was plastic?
I thought that it was plastic. It's totally.
It's not plastic.
It's not
like
plastic
a,
at all.
It's like a
This
cloth.
is-
It's like a cloth thing. Oh wow.
We're very sorry to the female viewers.
All right. Well
It's
now
actually the worst.
I
I'm
actually okay.
I am shocked that you thought it was actually plastic. I'm like legitimately like shocked. How did you even come to the conclusion of that?
I don't know.
I don't know
Okay,
how he
so
did that.
that's why I was so confused about tampons. Is that I thought that they were plastic.
Did we solve
Oh,
the mystery
hey.
already?
Next topic, please.
No,
we solved the
but
mystery
I
already.
have
Was
more,
it? Was it?
I have
you
more
wanted
questions.
to
Do you
topic?
have more shit about tampons?
Yeah, I feel
Yes?
like it's gotta be annoying to have a tampon in.
Not really.
I mean, I wouldn't know. I mean, we wouldn't actually. This is a bit of a personal question. I don't know if people would be comfortable with answering that. I
So
don't
to
know.
so to test it, I brought my own tampon. And I'm gonna shove it up my butt. It's true.
And
guys-
also, I mean,
No, I'm just
women
kidding.
use it, so it must not be that bad.
You guys know butt plugs, right?
Yes.
Yes, we know
similar
about
to
butt
that.
plugs. Those are like male tampons, right?
Yes, those are similar. So I would assume if they're easily if they can easily stick in, then I'm assuming like anything can stick in like your fucking butt or vagina.
All right. Okay.
Honestly,
Aaron,
that's
Aaron,
the
2021.
reason
That was not something. Anyways,
Oh,
you
what's
have any
wrong?
more shit
What's wrong with
about
my
tampons?
statement, huh? What's wrong with that, huh? Tell me.
I don't like it. It's gross.
It's
it smells.
right. Come on.
All right.
It
It's
smells.
human.
Well-
you gotta wipe your butt then. Come on.
We
don't
can
want it.
talk about how about okay. I've been thinking other than tampons, because tampons are maybe. Okay, I don't know why I write that down. Okay, so
Yeah.
another thing that I've been thinking about, right, is the butterfly effect, right? It's okay. So I've been thinking, let's just think about a scenario, right? Let's say I decided to, let's say, I don't know, I stubbed my toe on my door before walking out to go to school, okay? And I stubbed it really hard, and it took me like a couple minutes to get going again, to like out of the pain, you know? And then because of that, I get in the car 2 minutes late, and then whatever, the entire day, I've done everything 2 minutes late because of that, right? So, what if, because of that, someone else was also 2 minutes late, and because of that, I met them, and I became their best friend, and growing up, and then we were just best friends throughout the rest of our life, because I stubbed my toe, and I was 2 minutes late, and then I met the same guy that was 2 minutes late, and we talked, or something. Think about that. I feel like I'm not making sense.
No. Dude, my whole entire life was a butterfly effect. You know that, right?
Well, everyone's, isn't it?
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like mine's better than all of your guys' life. I mean, more important. I mean, more special. I mean, more cool.
I think I get what you're trying
Yeah.
to say. Alright. So,
Like, me starting my channel and everything like that would just inspiration. That's it. That's all you get from inspiration. And the way you got that inspiration was from people that also got inspiration from other people, which is, makes it an entire like inspiration food chain. But
Train
it's beneficial though.
into the baby's mouth. Choo choo
Yeah.
train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a food chain, not train.
Food train?
chain.
No,
No,
like
it's food
like,
train, isn't it?
A food
No,
train.
it's food chain.
A food train, and
Choo-choo,
then
food train.
it's like on the spoon, and then the baby goes choo 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 into the mouth.
In fact, I should not have used food chain because it will like circle around something, but that's fine.
Are you
It's just-
telling me that I'm gonna inspire someone just from this podcast so that they'll start their own?
Yes.
Great.
That's good. That's pretty
That's
cool.
good.
Think
So
about-
Or it could create new Hitler, but I mean,
yeah, I mean that'd be
someone's
crazy.
Gonna go,
That'd be
someone's
crazy.
gonna
that-
believe all the shit you said about tampons and then go murder people because of it. It's not your fault.
But
So-
we already cleared it up. It's not made out of plastic.
Yeah, but no one's gonna believe us.
yeah, who's gonna believe us? All the men.
Jesus obviously sounds more rational than the rest of us.
So, but now I've been thinking, because of the butterfly effect, and now this goes into string theory of where, like, you diverge, every choice you make diverges into a different universe, which means that there's probably a universe out there where there is a...
I think that's just called parallel.
Whatever, shut up, I'm right and you're wrong. Anyway,
That's called the seventh dimension, actually.
seventh dimension? Isn't it like Schrodinger's cat?
No, don't even
Schrodinger-
listen to Aaron. I know what the fuck he's talking about.
Seventh
Do you
dimension.
actually want to explain? Do you actually want me to explain?
Well, I have a
Seventh
question.
dimension. There's a few more than just seven.
Does that mean that
No,
there's
dude, okay.
a world out there where William still thinks that tampons are made out of plastic?
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I think it's a seventh dimension because
No.
after the fourth dimension, it gets into like some weird crazy shit. It's not
Or
about geometry.
You're talking
it's
about
like, theory.
dimensions, like 2D and then 3D and then 4. I don't.
It's not about geometry right now. So the seventh dimension implies everything, like every single like decision and like every possibility in the universe is in one point of emptiness, and that seventh dimension is every possibility you've done, every infinite amount of the universe could have been. That is the infinite amount, and I think the eighth dimension is an expansion on that, where it creates a line between those infinities with more infinities, which is the basis of how these dimensions will work.
I have no idea what you just said.
Huh.
What do you mean? You want me to expand?
No, I'm talking about. Don't we live in a 3-dimensional universe? It can't go past that.
Yeah.
Well, no.
but
I mean, well, the thing is that we don't know anything beyond
It's
it. It's
just-
not that.
it's
It's
just
not that. And it's not
entire
that. This is the only thing that exists. Is that we don't know anything beyond it, and that anything that's beyond 3 dimensions is incomprehensible.
Dude, dark matter might be fourth dimensional. Who knows?
Yeah.
There might be like multitude of objects in the universe that we don't understand and we know exist that could be fourth dimensional. Maybe like black holes are fifth dimensional. I don't know.
I don't know. It seems like. I don't know. Like black holes are like interesting,
They're scary. They condense everything into one singularity.
which is like infinitely small.
Yes.
And
Exactly.
if you were to suddenly just pop that black hole, the amount of like destructive potential is immense.
Maybe that's how the Big Bang started.
I have a personal theory that actually no, I probably shouldn't go because I don't know jack shit.
I am completely lost. I am not gonna lie. Anyway,
Tangent.
But yeah, the multiverse might exist where there's multiple alternate universes where in this universe the bee flapped with wings slightly slower, but in this universe it's flapped its wings slightly faster. Like every single tiny ass decision and any change is like an entirely different universe. And
I
so
will piss
there's just
outside
like
my window, and when that piss goes up in the sky and it creates clouds, and goes up,
Redacted.
just strikes you down with lightning. Cheese. I will create satisfaction for myself because I did that.
okay. Okay.
God.
So
That's the butterfly effect.
no, I don't think that's anything to do with the butterfly effect.
It is. It
Actually,
is.
that is totally butterfly effect by like
What, him
doing...
pissing and lightning me in what?
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. Even if the butterfly effect is just like you do an action that then results in a chain of actions, which ultimately stem from your
Right,
action.
but why would him pissing make lightning fall on me?
Dude, how could a butterfly
Well,
flap
no.
its wing create a tornado?
Because you pissed outside your
It's the
window?
same thing.
It's the same thing. His piss water is a part of the rain and the thunder that now kills you. So he aided in your death.
Oh,
Among
Alright,
alright.
the
other
butterfly
people, I
effect.
pissed outside.
You know what, I have a question.
I go
How
and
do you guys-
I murder one person, and then the butterfly effect is the police are after me.
How do you guys cope with something like that? That there's someone out there doing better than you currently?
I just don't care. It's as simple as that. Just stop caring about that.
I just pissed
and
outside
you'll
my
feel
window.
happier.
He just pissed
Yeah,
outside my
Aaron
window. I'm
pissed
gonna
out
die.
his
I'm
window.
gonna die. Oh no. He
Yeah.
peed out his window. I'm dead.
I'll do
You know
it
what?
too.
I have another
Extra
question for you. How do you feel about the existential crisis of AI robots that are most likely going to be our doom? Because me and Grug already talked about this on our last podcast that I forgot to record the audio for. So now I want to get your input.
Hmm. I don't know actually. Well, Greg, what do you think?
So
Do we want to
can't
give our
create...
opinion?
Okay, I'm gonna give my opinion. I would hope. Well, I guess there's and any AI that we create will never be as smart as us because to record an entire human brain, like just to like map it out, would literally just take up all of the file space we ever have and more. Like we simply can't do it. Meaning we can't create something of that magnitude. We can't replicate it. So AI will never be as strong as smart in the same way as us, but they're already smarter than us, which is a bit scary in certain aspects.
Well, I
Being able to compute numbers insanely fast and shit like that, but we can never make one that is sentient like us.
I have a different take on that. I think that the smarter they get, the more that they can basically operate on themselves to make themselves smarter. You know, the more breakthrough,
yeah, but
the more breakthrough.
it would require like a huge scientific.
But that's
revolution
the
Yeah.
thing
how
is
to
that
make more space.
the thing is that we will make a bot that solves that solution for us. That will the bot will solve each situation for itself to create itself and make it smarter, which is
Oh,
do you get it? It's like it's
No,
sort
no,
of
no,
like
yeah.
it's sort of like
It's called the technological singularity, where all of a sudden AI goes out the window and technology rapidly speeds up and they take over everything. But there's another factor you're not considering is that people like us would resist it. That we would like the Luddites in the 18th century
but that's
would
the thing that I'm
destroy the factory machinery and said that we would it would be like the Matrix, the start of the Matrix, where we would genocide our AI and shit like that.
I don't think that's true at all. I think what it is that the more that technology like this becomes publicly available, like people can already create their own machine learning AIs, and it's only going to get more powerful as it goes on for normal people to the point where they're gonna be able to publicly learn how to create in a self-learning AI, and that's the thing. It only takes one person that's good at their job to do something probably not like this, but like it's getting more likely each day that someone like a normal person could create something like this.
I mean, yeah, but we simply we don't have there may not be a way because there's
honestly
lots of videos and
I
research
see
into
that.
stuff.
I see that like within the next 200 years at least.
That
That's not
it could happen within the next 200 years, 100%.
Yeah,
But
because
I don't believe
currently
I don't
in the next
believe then.
40 or 100, I think people like us would resist that sort of change, and that would result in maybe bloodshed or a destruction
Civil wars.
of like hyper advanced AI. But also, it may not even be possible to increase, like currently that like if we can have a quantum, like we're pretty close to discovering quantum like shit and being able to use it a lot more frequently, which is insane.
Guys,
Which
we
is
have no sources
an
on this.
entirely
Don't believe
different.
us.
Yeah,
Entirely
we don't know anything we're talking about. Don't believe us.
Well, no. Actually, I know about this through my dad.
No. You're not a scientist, though. You're not a scientist.
I'm not a scientist, but my dad tells me.
My
dad says that we are close to understanding or being able to build like quantum machines much more easier than we can now. Because if you look at like the quantum computers, they're fucking massive. You have to keep it at absolute zero and shit like that, and you need superconductors, which is also really hard to get. But people are making new ways to make superconductors, and they're becoming tinier and tinier and tinier. Remember how like the first computers used to be fucking massive?
Yeah.
That's what's happening to quantum computers, and quantum computers are literally able to calculate basically anything.
Yeah, quantum computers, they it's basically like the size of the old computers that we used to have, but the technology of everything that we have now. But let me say one thing, and then I'm gonna pass it off to Aaron because I think he wants to say something. But I have a rebuttal to what you were saying about us having a civil war against AI. Whoever has the super intelligent AI, no one's going to be able to fight back. The super intelligent AI can literally kill anyone in the world at less than a snap of their fingers. So I think it doesn't matter.
But
it doesn't matter if there's a civil war.
Why would okay, so if that happens, so a hyper intelligent AI is created, and is for some reason given in charge of like all of like the military shit that we have. First of all,
they don't even need that.
Everyone has watched Terminator. Everyone knows that will go bad, and the only way an AI could get in that position to kill people is if one is become self-aware, which is hypothetically it's a hypothetical. We don't know if it's possible. And also, it may not even be possible for an AI to go self-aware, but it could go rogue, I guess, and somebody will be fucked up with this programming.
Honestly,
but then again, it's an AI, and if you can overstress it, like there's too many variables. Like if you have the entire world pit up against that hyper advanced AI, but the hyper advanced AI is just on its own, the hyper advanced AI would still lose. It's all by itself, and also.
But that's the thing, though, is that
there's a limit to intelligence that we have with our technology. It's not infinite.
Yeah.
Like, what's it gonna do? Build a robot army by itself?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can I explain why?
How would it gain control of factories?
Can I explain why? Okay.
You just destroyed the factories.
No, can I explain why?
Like how the Overwatch did it. Like they were like in a steel plant. Like there's already these like robots all over the world, and they just sort of got like infected by this like strange ass virus, and they all turn against their human creators for some reason. I don't know why. It's a very slim how robots could go rogue, and I would feel like there would be some security measures to prevent that, right?
Oh yeah,
like, so that's the thing, though.
Security measures.
So
you know how buttons and shit like that.
Can I explain a couple things quickly? Okay. So let me say two things. Is that first, the way that they'll be able to go against humans, even though like it's on its own, is that it can hack computers and stuff like that, and say for instance send emails to factories, or like they'll send an email from whatever U.S. Army general from like the U.S. Army general's computer to a robot factory and say, here, produce this type of robot for whatever, blah blah blah, and that is how it would happen.
But military communications are heavily monitored, and if there's a communication that looks like really odd, they would just shut down the factory and stop it from receiving communications. And if the factory is hijacked, and then they'll blow it up. And at that, and the robot, the AI doesn't have, it's defenseless at that point. And
AI
so
uprising lost.
if the AI does somehow get tons of shit with it, and it is able to like build a massive robot army, then yeah, it's gonna be much, much, much harder, and it would be more like fighting a guerrilla war than anything.
And then also, what was I gonna say earlier about
You have to stop it before it gets strong. That's how you prevent it.
But I had something interesting to say, but I forgot now.
Just turn on the fucking off switch, dude. Fucking hell.
Kill it. Just shoot the fucking robot already.
No, just don't shoot. Just turn on the off switch. Jesus Christ, like a button on its side and its head.
I'm
or
gonna
something.
I'm gonna piss all over the Chromebooks.
just like unplug it. Holy crap, it's not that hard. Why are people so like making us like seem like, oh, the AI is gonna take over us? Dude, my fucking iPhone dies within the next 5 minutes because I don't charge it. Do you really think Siri's gonna say, help me, please? No. No. It's not gonna do that. I'll just not let it charge.
Thank you. That is the smartest thing I've ever heard you say, I think. I think that's the smartest thing I've ever heard you say. It's true.
Yeah, I guess there are scenarios where the AI is able to conceal its shit. But it's super slim.
I think it's
it would require everything to go perfectly exactly as planned, but not everything is like a chessboard where if you do something, it's guaranteed that this will happen. The laws of physics still apply to robots and shit like that.
What?
I think it's
if they shoot a rocket, the rocket can still miss.
I think it's just too early on for people to say, and not only that, people like us that don't know what we're talking about. You know, I feel like
I guess you are right that it's way too early to discern anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way how like any robot gets energy is just by electricity. If there was somehow we can like give like mini food packets, like mini food electricity packets, to, like robots to sustain themselves, then maybe
make them dependent on us. Interesting. Yeah. Make them. The way to beat robots is make them as human as possible. It seems.
Yeah.
Make them have human weaknesses.
Now here's the thing. I'm thinking about like robot civil rights. How can that work out? Like,
I mean,
we'll have an entire robot group and like everybody like robot pride and shit like that. That'd be sick. I won't lie about that.
Detroit? Like Detroit? Become human?
Detroit become human.
I think, personally, that if robots were to become sentient or have display emotions the same way humans can, or to some extent, that they should 100% be given rights.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, we're just gonna end like the Matrix.
That's true. Well, I have a more important question than all this robot BS is, have you guys ever tried hypnosis porn?
What? Thank you, everyone, for coming to this podcast.
No, it's only been great. 30 minutes. We're not done. Get Aaron Stir back in here. I need to talk about this.
Have any of you tried hypnosis porn? I get it.
Why do you still leave? We still need to finish this podcast. I think it might just be a you and I podcast now, Greg. Aaron left.
If he doesn't come back, we might have to be like that. Did you actually just like break him?
I wrote it down. I thought that it'd be an interesting topic.
What even is hypnosis porn? I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that.
So you don't want to talk about hypnosis porn? Okay.
I am concerned about what hypnosis porn is. Have you done hypnosis porn?
No, I haven't, but I saw it one time.
Okay.
I wanna ask Stir about it.
Please, Aaron.
He's not joining back. I don't think he's joining back. This is terrible. All right. Well, now
So,
we're just trying to get Aaron back in here so that we can talk about this very important topic.
This is. You actually broke him.
I'm not gonna lie. This has gone a lot worse than our first recording. It's gone so much worse.
This is more incoherent than before.
This is much more incoherent than before. I don't think I wrote down enough good topics.
Hello.
Aaron, are you back?
You're off. Hold on.
What happened? Did cheese just like break you when you said that?
Are you glad that you get to edit this podcast now? Whoa. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
What, did it sound like a robot for a second?
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Uh-oh.
Anyways.
Anyways, cheese didn't actually do hypnosis porn, viewers. I've never heard of hypnosis porn. Well, Aaron, have you heard of hypnosis porn?
Yeah, I have, but I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't even know what it is.
Like, what is it? What is it exactly trying to prove? In
That's
its videos. In fact, the people who make the videos are more insane.
I'm actually gonna search this up.
Don't
when I
look
get
it
the
up.
chance.
No, I wanted to ask about
Is it?
'cause
Wait, no. Is
just
it like
What does it do?
is the focus the hypnosis, but and like the boobies are just to like get you to do the hypnosis easy?
no, it just
It's like
seems so.
men like cave brain.
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what happened.
And then there'd
No,
be like cave
it didn't-
paintings everywhere once
it-
it turned to grug.
No, it didn't. It didn't
Like sexy
have.
cave ladies.
I'm the only
Listen,
non-caveman.
I need
brain
to explain
cave.
what I'm talking about because I don't think you guys understand. I'm talking about like not like someone is getting hypnotized in the video. You are the one getting hypnotized.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh.
Is it?
But
is it just, like,
there's no like naked people on screen. It's literally just like the little like it's just whatever's on screen, but it's no cleavage. or
Ooh,
anything.
you will come. Ooh.
exactly,
Whoa.
exactly,
Come,
like
come,
like
come,
that. So
Come.
I was
Yeah, I've actually seen videos like that.
I was so taken
YouTube,
aback when I
legitimately.
saw it. I clicked on it and I was like, what's gonna go on? And then it was like an hour long. I was like, I'm gonna have to be sitting here for an hour before anything happens. This sucks. So then
Is it like ASMR?
it's sort of like ASMR, but it's
Yes, then I'm pretty sure on my like Dave ASMR looking up shit, I've definitely seen videos like that where they're just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then, oh, why are you doing this to me? It's like, I don't know why. I think it's more ASMR, but
It's not
what's
ASMR though.
hypnosis?
It's not ASMR though because it's literally like trying to hypnotize you. Cause like she says, breathe deep, breathe out, and then she like snaps her fingers and stuff, and then she's like, just keep breathing, and then your body's gonna get heavier and heavier and heavier, and then it's like she did that for 10 minutes. So I was like, when does the porn come? And I was just getting so sad. No, I'm just kidding, but. It's literally like they're trying to hypnotize you. So I found it very strange. And I was just thinking, how does this work for anybody?
I feel like the only way for meditation and hypnosis really to work is if you're willing to believe that it works. I think it's mostly like tricking the mind into doing
Yeah.
it, which is I guess in some
I'm willing
senses
to believe that I
it's
will
like
come.
it's like I guess hypnosis is true in the sense that you can trick yourself into believing it's true and then it kind of becomes
Yeah.
true for you. But it doesn't
weird.
actually exist on any like physical or whatever.
Right.
It's just the power of belief that gets you.
Believe it.
Placebo.
Yeah.
That's what this mostly gets.
So, after we're talking about this, are you guys willing to try it?
No, not really.
I'm bored. I'll get bored.
I get bored sometimes. I'm all home alone. I just need to like do something. So I can't jerk off and play Spelunky all the time.
I don't play Spelunky. Oh wait, I do. I have like 100 hours in that
I
game.
have a video of that coming out. Literally, we recorded that yesterday. All right.
I almost actually went insane during that recording.
That was
What do you
awful.
mean you almost went insane in that recording? It was
Near
great.
the end where we just constantly dying, I was actually like just breaking down because we were dying.
That was
so
half.
much.
That was half the video. I literally looked back at the recording, and like halfway in, we started saying, "All right, this is the last one," and then 30 minutes later, we were like, "All right, this is the last one."
We kept saying this is the last one. This is the last one every time. We all
Come
died.
on. Okay, deep
Maybe
in my
we should
heart.
play Spelunky right now while recording this.
No,
Or after
no.
Deep in my
no.
heart,
Right after
I
this?
really did believe. Every time we said this is the one, I really did believe in us when we.
Why would you believe that? We were.
I really did believe in you guys.
I legitimately, like, secretly in my body somewhere, I thought, okay, we're actually gonna stop up with this
Like
one.
we could actually do it this time. Like we can make it to Olmec, or like we can actually make it to the fucking final boss. Damn it.
Whenever you were about to die, you said, "This is the run."
This
Every
is
time. This is the run.
This is the run, guys. This is all right.
Every time I say that, I genuinely believe it, and then I get fucked.
You die instantly, and then I say to Cheese after you respawn, please don't die instantly. That's all that matters. And then you die instantly.
Look, it's even worse because the jungle has like man traps. So if we did that same bit, we would get instantly. By the way, man traps can like instantly kill you. So, but so does lava too. But I feel like the jungle's man traps are lame because they're hidden.
Splunky hates his players.
I love Spelunky.
At Splunky devs, why do you hate your players? So
Derek,
much?
you. Why?
Actually, you know what? What are you guys' favorite video games?
You go, girl. Come on.
I don't know, maybe this is a bit weird, but I just really like the customers, like, modded Minecraft is just really fun for me. I don't know why.
Really?
Because I can customize it to however I want and make it as wacky and funny as I want. Yesterday, I found a Clay Soldiers mod, and I thought that'd be really fucking funny if you put it in the mod pack, and I did, and it's so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I watched you. I watched you play with the clay soldiers. That was pretty funny. Well, I guess
I really
go.
feel like it's not gonna be feasible, but it will be funny to make mini wars.
Oh, it's actually quite easy. There's recipes, everything. It's like you can make 16 of them. Like, what are they? Clay soldiers. It takes you 1 clay and 1 soul sand makes 4 clay soldiers.
1.16, right?
No, it's gonna be 1.12. We cannot. Very little mods actually work from 1.16.
Well, that's alright.
And plus, there's a couple mods. Like I can add Ido again, which allows us to like not, like what's it? We can swim easier. I can add that to fix the movement and whatnot.
I really want Galactic Craft to go back, and like we can get back in that.
We'll try it again. This one has Stormcraft and and a tons of other shit.
Yeah. For the viewers out there,
like
Galactic Craft was like an entire like space race we could do in Minecraft, and it had like a bunch of like.
Well, no, it was called Galactic shit, and it kind of lived up to its name.
That is true.
I really believe in Galactic shit, honestly. But
I really want to do it. It was so much fun. Honestly, it's so much fun just putting together these mod packs. Like, there's just so much funny stuff and funny ideas. So, I'm actually going to tell you a bit about what I'm planning for the next mod pack.
Oh, come on, wait, hold it, alright? I'm gonna talk about my fucking favorite video game.
Yeah, right? Greg, you can't,
okay.
You can't take up all the time, Greg. Come on.
I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, everyone has time, man. Come on.
Come on, your 2 minutes were up, man.
Yeah, give him the talking pillow.
I want to hear Humdog's favorite game.
Yeah.
Actually, wait, hold on. My favorite VR game, which is separate from my favorite.
Oh my God! It's his turn.
Favorite PC game is Boneworks.
VR
Boneworks. Oh my God!
Yeah, it's a
you know what? Game. You know what that sounds like, right? I don't even need to say.
I will never try VR porn. Legit.
I will never. Either.
That's a thing.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Of course, it's a thing.
I thought that was like a joke.
Just a meme.
Yeah.
It's not a meme. It's a real thing. Honestly.
Nothing related to porn is a meme. Cheese.
Okay. I don't listen before we get in.
Then why can't there be like?
Before we get into VR porn, I would like to know what Humdog's favorite video game is.
Okay, fine. I will go on a tangent on VR porn now. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Sure.
Just give me a second. Just give me a second on this tangent. Okay.
Okay.
If you're home alone, okay,
Uh-huh.
and you're there, and you're like, you got everything. You're responsible, right? You got everything
Yeah.
out, okay?
Uh-huh.
You got your thing out. You got the game out, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you get anxiety every time because you feel like someone's gonna walk in like, oh, fuck.
Wait, you're telling me
fuck.
that you've
Oh yeah.
attempted.
Of course. No. You would never do like VR porn when you're in living with your fucking family. If you're some bored ass 9 to 5 worker working at like your local McDonald's and you get home from work and you got nothing to do, maybe you try it. You know.
No,
Okay,
I feel like it would've
maybe
sucked.
try
I
it
feel
then.
like it would've sucked,
Aaron,
honestly.
it sounded like the way that you phrased it that you attempted it.
No, I haven't tried it.
Okay.
No, I have not.
No, sounds like you tried it.
No,
yeah.
I have never tried VR porn ever. I've never tried
Say it better this time so that we believe
Okay,
it.
if everyone, we'll both be quiet, and then there could be an isolated recording of you saying what you just said.
What?
Say it.
I will never try VR porn.
Okay. There we have it, folks. There we have it. Great topic. Great.
There's no way, like, someone could actually do that. Like, with dignity.
I do believe that's true. I'm very sorry to VR porn doers.
Yeah.
It's true.
You can't just do that all the time. It's just like, you're stuck. You're stuck in there. You
But
can't-
like,
you're stuck.
isn't like most porn without dignity?
Yes, it's true actually.
Yeah, it's true. I guess. And humans will fuck anything and have sex with anything, really.
Okay. Bye, mom.
Bye, mom. We're talking about VR porn.
Your mom actually walks in.
Chuh.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. My favorite video game. Okay.
Splunky 2.
No, not Spelunky 2.
You did not.
Okay, I'm back. Hello?
Okay, my favorite video game. It's not Spelunky Grug.
What?
Spelunky pisses me off.
It's not true.
Spelunky's only there to have gratification of winning and pissing the dick on everybody. When I defeat
Piss
the
in
game.
the dick.
But I would honestly say either Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past or Portal 2. Like
Oh, wow.
like my top most favorite games of all time.
I also really like Portal 2. For a while, what I would do was before going to school, I would wake up, and if I had time in between me eating my breakfast and like getting ready, I would play Portal 2 before I went to school.
You know, I made my own levels in Portal 2. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've seen this, but I've never played them.
I was
And
thinking about playing
I
them,
kinda wanna
but
try
I
them
never
out.
did.
They're not that good.
Me and Cheese should try them out.
They're seriously not that good. You should see the spelling mistakes on them on the title.
There's spelling mistakes?
There's spelling mistakes. Oh, that's gonna be great.
Like, you could like go on my workshop right now and see the spelling mistakes, and they're fucking hilarious. Trust
Aaron
me.
Steam in the description.
Here, I'll look this up later and then I'll just flash them on screen. The spelling mistakes.
I think there's like one that's called "Is this hard or easy?"
What did you just say?
I think that there is one that says, "Is this is hard?" and then something incomprehensible.
I made these when I was young. Give me a break. But
And then
I have a way.
it's good. It's good because like when you're young, you don't know what's like cringe and like what is
I
bad.
loved it. I
then-
loved it.
And then you make something that's daring, like bold and brash, and then you look back on it and you're like, wow, I made this. That's pretty cool. It may be pretty weird, but it's like it's cool, right? And then you look back on it and you have a good laugh and a good time looking back what you did.
Dude, every time I made these like Portal 2 levels, I felt like I was the most insane genius. Like, holy crap, nobody can solve this.
Mega Mind.
I can imagine Aaron like that.
Dude,
Yes,
I was like,
I made another
nobody
one.
can solve this.
No one will
I made this
ever.
as hard as possible. I really want to see you guys let me crush my dreams like that. Like, oh, this is easy. I'm like, dude, I was 6 when I made this. I was like 8. I was like 10 or something.
I was watching About the Inn and Redacted play like the game, and I saw the answer like right in front of me. and yet they would just like keep fucking each other, and like I don't even know. Maybe it's just like backseat gaming. You made it. What do you mean?
Dude, do you feel like I remember these things?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Greg, you of all people should know that you wouldn't be able to remember either.
That's not true.
Dude, I would not remember how to solve a puzzle from like 8 years ago.
I don't remember having memory problems.
Dude, I could play The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past and not remember half of the puzzles. Because, like, it's been that long since I played that game.
I mean, I played Zelda Breath of the Wild maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, and I wouldn't be able to remember any of it.
Yeah, except this puzzle sucks, so...
No, those puzzles do suck. I had to look up guides on everything because the puzzles just were terrible.
You had to do that?
No, some of them were just so incomprehensible that you kind of had to.
Okay.
Wow. But then, like, most of them you could get on your own. A few of them took, like, a couple of tries. Like, you would leave out of frustration, then come back. And then, like, there were about, like, 3 shrines that I would just go back to every day that I couldn't figure out, and I finally just looked it up.
Okay, there's only one shrine, and it was the forest. It was in the... what's it called? With the massive sword. It was that one shrine, it was the one with the stars. It's like... the constellation ones. That I couldn't solve at all.
I don't
So I had to get my
I
sister in the room and help me out. That was like hard as shit. I don't get it how like anybody could get that, honestly. That's like so
yeah,
stupid.
I completed I completed every shrine in the video game. I 100% completed that game. Except for the Koroks because
Yeah, no, fuck the Korok seeds.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that. Oh, 999. Here's the thing. I actually looked up the shrines. I didn't look up the puzzles, but I looked up where the shrine locations were because it was tedious to find it.
Yeah.
I legit never played any Zelda game. Actually, except maybe one, but that was very like when I was super little and like I didn't understand a single thing. And I feel like I missed out on shit.
Twilight Princess, I love. Forge's Dungeons.
The only Zelda game that I know is Zelda Breath of the Wild, because I haven't, and Majora's Mask, but I never played Majora's Mask.
God damn, man! I played like almost every single Zelda game.
I
know that, right?
I wasn't a gamer growing up. I wasn't. It's
If you want to play like a modern Majora's Mask, then play Outer Wilds.
I played Outer Wilds.
It's like, oh yeah, it is. It's true.
Oh really?
That's like, yeah, Outer Wilds is basically like a time mechanic.
I hated Outer Wilds. Oh no.
Outer Wilds is scary.
Here's the thing: you have like 30 minutes to solve an Outer Wilds, but in Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, you have at least like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, cheese. I don't know why you bought Outer Wilds.
Yeah, no, I got it because people were comparing it to Zelda Breath of the Wild of like the exploration. I was like, that sounds interesting. And then I was looking around like, I have to read all this stuff? This sucks. I hate reading. You
didn't want to read at all?
I literally didn't play
it. In my opinion, Cheese is in a cycle of non-reading. He doesn't want to read the description of games, and so he buys the game without reading it. And then it turns out you have to read in the game, and so he doesn't play it ever.
That's so true. That's exactly what happened. I just listened to people talk about the game. I never read about the game. And then I got the game, and I hated it so much. I just despised reading. So every time anything came up on screen to read, I wouldn't read it, and then I'd skip on to the next thing. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And then I was like, maybe I should start reading this. I was like, I don't want to. And then I just quit the game and I never played it again.
Holy crap. I can't believe you did that.
It looks like such a fun game. Yeah, it's been a little bit spoiled for me now, so I don't know if I'm going to play it. But it looks like it would have been so much fun.
Yeah, Outer Wilds
and like, but like, if I'm going to play one of those games, I have to get in the zone. There has to be zero distractions, and I have to just be in that zone, right?
In the game zone.
Return of the Obra Dinn has a really interesting mechanic, and like it's like time and like research. I don't think Cheese would like that. I actually had to read a bit on it.
I mean, it was hard enough learning.
It has really good audio and visuals.
It was hard enough learning Stellaris without reading anything, and just figuring out what everything does by pushing buttons.
that is kind of what I did, honestly, when I was first starting out in Solaris. I died a lot. You guys were much better than me when I started out on Solaris.
Because of your great teaching.
Oh, yeah.
I drowned so you could swim?
Yes. Now drown some more. Give me some help.
I'll keep drowning. And Cheese actually surpassed me in one of the games that we were playing. It was Aaron's game, yeah.
Yeah.
Really? You guys gonna need that?
We should play Stellaris.
Yeah.
We should play Stellaris.
Cheese was much better than me. And my Empire, I was planning to be like super hyper aggressive and maybe even attack Cheese. But like, no, I can't even do that. Because he sat on he got a mega structure.
How'd you get a mega structure already?
Well, it was ruined, but it's like a Dyson, it's like a ruined Dyson sphere. And then he found it, and the scientist was like, "Oh wow, this is so cool!" And then he gets tons of science from it, and then he goes, and then it's that technological singularity where science just goes.
It was so funny. I got battleships before you got even cruisers. It was great.
Yeah.
You couldn't compete at all.
I had a single cruiser, and he already had battleships. It's insane. But it's also happened to me in a couple other games I was in, which I don't know, it was one more that I kind of had a technological singularity.
Yeah. Stellaris is such a cool game, but I don't know why we kind of stopped playing.
You don't read in it, Cheese.
No, I learned what things are important to read and what things aren't. So then I'll just quickly go to I'll hover over the button and then it'll say what.
Super important.
What?
Super important to learn. It's really important to discern shit that is very important to read and other shit that you can just ignore.
Exactly.
Because you'll end up pressing buttons that you don't want to press, and the game will feel a bit overwhelming when you first start out because you don't know what you don't even know that you have to discern shit from bullshit.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting how it works because you get certain attributes for buttons that you press, and I didn't know that at first, so I was just like, okay, press button, do not matter, but it does. Well,
it matters, and then half of Cheese's population is starving.
So I have yet another thing to talk about. I have many things, and I was thinking, what if the reason why, I don't know how depression works, but let's just say, for instance, depression was a type of gene or something that was inherited by your parents or whatever. It's probably not. I don't know how it works, but let's just say it was. So let's say, what if the depressed gene, what if it went widespread because depressed people would stay inside and they would survive longer because they wouldn't go outside where all the dangers were.
They wouldn't get infected?
Yeah.
With depression?
What if depression, it's survival, or what is it? Natural selection. And the thing is that the depressed people stayed alive longer because they refused to go outside because they were sad all the time.
Generally, so in the medieval ages, being depressed just sucked because you had to work or else you die, and so they did get out of the house, but basically, but they wouldn't have any. They would try and minimize human interaction, but they would still do tons of work and shit like that. So they would basically have all the negatives of being a part of a civilization, but none of the positives. So they would have less children.
Yeah,
than most people.
The medieval age
they would live shorter lives because they were stressed and unhappy and.
But I'm talking
negatively
about
affects the mental health.
Yeah.
Of them.
I'm talking about even before this, when villages were first being created, and
Oh yeah, that's even still back then.
Really?
I think the only time that it might. Actually, no. There's no depressed gene. It's just a chemical shit that happens in your brain because of bunch of factors.
Yeah,
that happens.
That is exactly what it is.
All right, thank you for explaining that to me because I really had no idea how it worked. Because I was thinking.
Also, the depression isn't a monolith. It's different for each person, but it has similarities, similar negative things that happen. I love video essays. I don't know about you guys.
Let's just talk about one more thing before we end the podcast, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Now
I still want to talk about my mod pack. Bruh.
Your mod pack? Go ahead. Talk about your mod pack.
No, what are you gonna say?
Wait. Talk about your mod pack.
Talk about your mod
Alright,
pack.
fine. So,
Just interrupting me again. I had something to say, but okay.
Talk about your mod pack.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should talk about my mod pack now.
Talk about your mod pack. Stop playing
Clash
Clash
of
of Clans.
Clans.
Stop playing Clash of Clans during our podcast.
I'm not.
You're
heard the noise.
We heard the noise.
that was my stomach growling.
Okay.
Okay, that's would you believe that actually? Like,
No one would
No one-
believe that. No one would believe that.
please believe me.
I'd never believe
Okay. Anyways, I don't know if Aaron has heard my concept for this new mod pack.
Shit.
Magic Shaft. I'm calling it Magic Shaft.
Magic shaft.
Magic Shaft.
Magic
because the other
Shaft
one's
and no
black as shit.
balls.
Magic Shaft, no balls. Yeah. I was thinking because I kind of want to have like an RP kind of prompt, right?
All the juice
It's gotta be-
comes.
it's
All
gotta be
the
fun.
all the important juice of the mod pack comes from the balls, though. Don't you think it's more important to have the balls instead of the shaft?
Magic balls. That's kind of
Exactly.
funny. No balls.
Go on. I'm sorry for interrupting.
The shaft
it's
matters
funny.
more? Not exactly
Okay,
why I
that's,
would
hold
say
on.
that.
That's fucking scary. Anyways, there is. Well, basically, I was thinking because I wanted to make a prompt for the mod pack because it gives just a mod pack, right? You're like fucking around and you're like in all these different dimensions and like the magic and the stuff, but like. You guys have like a kind of like a backstory. You gotta, well, like, why are you here? Because like you know, people are gonna like lose perspective and shit like that. So I thought, how funny, because we've already done from the perspective of like right after Kirkland and like a lost tribe of Kirkland running away from Kirkland and coming across this land and thinking that the whole world has been destroyed and that they're the last bits of humanity. And they encounter Bingus, and all of this shit happens, and funniness ensues. And
All right, okay.
I was thinking-
before you get into that, I'm a viewer, and you're saying all this shit, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's
okay,
true.
so it's really cool to have multiple perspectives of like a series, and I wanted to do a perspective that is not related. It's related to Kirkland in the sense it's in the same universe, but not in the same dimension. It's from the perspective. Okay,
Butterfly
so-
effect, different universe.
in no. Well, I mean, who knows? In the biggest dimension,
But
right?
no one knows
People
what these
can-
dimensions
hold on.
are. No one's ever heard of this Minecraft thing that the gangsters did.
Yeah.
Can I explain it
No.
quickly?
Okay,
We'll let
okay,
you
no,
do your.
look,
We'll let you
shut
do
up.
your.
Alright,
No.
alright,
All right, no.
This is-
Talking pillow is mine. I am taking the talking pillow from you, and I am eating it.
the talking stick.
I'll eat the stick too.
Guys, stop eating my dick.
Ugh.
I don't want the talking stick anymore. Let me let me just say this, okay? So basically, Gangsters is a Discord server that Aaron here made. We got that out of the way. Aaron has a YouTube channel and a Twitch channel, and
Link in description.
Yep, true. And also, we basically created this Minecraft server with a mod pack, and it's basically like this nuclear, like these, like parasites that are everywhere, and we did like a whole RP thing on it. And Aaron, are you gonna make videos out of those?
Yes.
Okay, so you can look forward to that, so subscribe to him. And then, basically, we did this whole RP thing, and then I'm not gonna spoil the ending for you, but something happens. And basically, Grug now wants to create a different Minecraft server with different mods, and it's basically the same, it's the same universe, same people, but in a different dimension, basically.
Well, no. Well, no. Okay, so it's a bit. It's not the same people because
Okay.
every time we do one of these, it's different people. So it's played by the same people, same usernames, shit like that, same
Yeah.
skins sometimes. But what I wanted to do, because in Bingus's dimension, which is that's a whole nother concept I'm not gonna get entirely into because it's a little bit unexplained, a little bit mysterious on purpose. Spoilers. people still commit crimes, right?
Yes.
People commit crimes,
I
and you know,
guess so.
sometimes certain crimes warrant, like you can't, like you just can't be around society anymore. And like, what better way to get rid of criminals than to strip them of their powers, which may just be their clothes? I don't know. That sounds kind of funny.
Wow.
Um, and then send them to a different like dimension, where like it's like space Australia, and where this biggest dimension society dumps all of its people who commit worse enough crimes, and they dump them on the in this dimension or a couple dimensions that are like linked, and
Okay.
they just leave them there with no way to get back. And so I was thinking, what if we did that, where it's from the perspective of those like people who did something so bad enough that they would get expelled from the biggest dimension and stripped of their clothes and sent into this dimension. And
Stripped of our plungers.
Isn't-
is it gonna
isn't
be
that
RPG?
funny? It's not going to be planned at all, and I don't want it to be very planned. I kind of want it to be very loose. And I guess a planned thing can form out of it, and it also allows for. I was thinking that it would be funny because you can choose what crime you did that warranted you to get expelled from the biggest dimension.
Yeah, I stole all of the balls out of the ball pit. I stole all the balls out of the universal ball pit.
I stole the
Um,
dimensional ball.
Well, that's pretty interesting. This is all some pretty cool stuff.
I committed
to look
space
forward to.
terrorism.
I think-
What?
I
What did you do? What did you bomb?
Yeah.
Space house.
Space toilet. Space toilet.
Think
I
this is
bombed the
toilet?
space urinals
This is
at Space High
closet.
School.
All right. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, we're over the hour mark, so I think that marks the end to our first podcast. I suppose a lot of stuff
Yeah.
to look forward to. I guess. Tampons.
I'd love to have
hard
Mr.
plastic.
Humdog back on again sometime. This is very interesting.
Yeah. Maybe this time we'll be more prepared.
Yeah. This
Like-
time we'll all come back. Next time we'll all come back with our own stories about Hypnosis Born.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yes.
No.
no.
Sorry.
Yes.
That's not gonna happen.
Sorry, my bad. VR porn. Yeah.
Okay, that might be a possibility.
Hypnosis VR.
Yes.
Like that actually might be.
Wait, Josh.
Hypnosis VR porn might actually work better.
Hang
than
on. Josh knows how to do hypnosis. Should we?
No.
We'll have him on at some point. We can talk about hypnosis.
Yeah, we will. We will have Josh on at some point to talk about hypnosis
Oh
porn.
God.
Well, what a great ending. Bye, guys.